Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of the Outlaws podcast. Tonight, I got a very special guest, Dana Shoulders Jr., defensive assassin, is going to be joining us on the show tonight. Dana, welcome. How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Outstanding. Sorry to schedule this on such an important night for you as a Cowboys fan. We'll try and keep this short and sweet and get you back to the game.
It's all good, man. I'm happy to be here.
Appreciate that. Thank you. Hey, so was there a specific reason that brought you to the Billings Outlaws?
Yeah. So my agent, he hit me up and he was like, "Hey, Billings is kind of they're showing interest. And if I can get an offer from them, would you be interested?" And I saw how they played last year. They were hard nosed, they were tough, they had a swagger to them, and it was something I kind of liked. And then I slowly started to see the roster come together. And I saw, especially on the defensive side of the ball, we've got a lot of talent on the defensive line. We've got some guys that I know from back in Omaha. And then it ends up turning out that my agent, Gabe Martinez, ends up getting the offensive coordinator job with Billings. And at that point, it was really a no-brainer for me.
Right. We're glad to have you. You're an extremely versatile defensive lineman. Have you always been this versatile all the way back to high school?
I think so. I've always been pretty athletic for my size, and just for like the positions I played. Like I played offensive line, I played tight end, and then obviously like defensive end. So I think I've always had the capability of doing a bunch of different things. It just so happens that I was able to specialize and play defensive end for my career.
Awesome. If coach needed you on offense, you going in as a blocker or are you going in as a skills position?
Honestly, I think I can do a pretty good job of both. If he needs me to go get 1 yard, or if we're on the goal line, he wants me to punch it in, I think I could do that. Or if he needs me to go and fill a hole and be a lead blocker to get one of our running backs in, I think I could do a pretty good job at that as well.
Fantastic. I was talking with one of your teammates today about the show and whatnot, and he was telling me that your work ethic, your training, and your film study is top notch. What continues to drive you at this level?
Honestly, I all the glory goes to God. He's the only reason I'm able to continue to play football at all, and to be able to continue to play it at a high level. So I feel like I owe it to God, myself, and my family, and just people that genuinely support me to continue to work hard, and continue to just see how great I can be.
I think this would be a great opportunity. I think we have a highlight reel ready to go. Is that correct? Maybe this would be a good time to play that.
Okay.
I think while we work on that, what do you think of the new point after change? Do you think that's going to be more pressure on the defense or more time to shine?
I mean, I think we all know it's kind of a offensive centric league. I think things are definitely geared for offenses to be able to put up points. But at the end of the day, I had a defensive coordinator in college. His name was DeVan Hill, and he always told us, from the +1 to the -1, we got to play defense. That's what we're out here to do. That's what our job is. So I just kind of look at it as another play that we got to go out there and do what we're getting paid to do and do what we love to do, which is play defense and get stops.
Another job, right? I love that. Is there an NFL player right now that you study?
Honestly, probably the two Bosa brothers. So me being an Ohio guy, both of them being Buckeyes. Al Johnson is one of the best defensive line coaches in the country, I think. And while they both have intangibles that allow them to be able to rush the passer and make plays, they both have a lot of just like technically very sound things that they do. Ohio State and Al Johnson, they preach like four pretty basic moves, having like an inside scissors and outside scissors, a bull rush, and then a counter. And then once you perfect those four things, you're able to start mixing up O linemen, and then really at that point they're at your mercy. So they do a lot of things that don't really require you to be a freak athlete. They do a lot of things that every defensive end is able to do. Just being good with their hands, being good, quick off the ball, and then just being relentless.
Awesome. What do you like to do outside of football? Do you play any other sports, or do you have any specific hobbies?
Honestly, man, so I did play basketball in high school. So I love the game of basketball. Really, I'm kind of a nerd, man. Anything that involves like Marvel or DC. I like some animes, and then I like watching a lot of animal documentaries. That's like a secret like passion of mine. If I wasn't playing football, my dream job would be like domesticating like wild cats and like working with non-domesticated animals and stuff like that.
Very cool. Very cool. What can the fans of Outlaw Nation expect from you this upcoming season?
They can expect somebody that's going to come in and work hard, a competitor. They can expect me to come in and do what I have to do to help the team win. So if that's me playing on kickoff, if that's me, like you said, coach needs me to go block on offense and fill a gap or something like that, I'm going to do whatever coach needs me to do and whatever is going to help the team win.
Awesome. What are your thoughts on the team so far? Do you think Billings is putting together a solid roster, and do you think we have a real chance at competing for a championship?
Absolutely. Like I said earlier, that was part of the reason that intrigued me and that enticed me to want to come to Billings. I saw the talent level that they were, signing on the defensive line, guys returning, ex NFL guys that I played with back in Omaha, and I know, that can go ball. And then also, knowing Gabe and knowing how he's going to approach things, and then talking to Coach Lachlan about their philosophy with how they were building out the roster. I'm very excited. And if we come into camp, we work hard. I don't see any reason why we can't compete towards the end of the season for a CIF championship.
I'm excited for that. I can't wait for the season to start. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
What advice? My last question for you, really. What advice do you have for young high schoolers that might not be giving offers from these top Division I schools, but still really have the passion and the motor to continue on?
Just don't give up and don't take no for an answer. I feel like a lot of guys think that it's D1 or bust, and that's just not the case. Like, there's guys all over arena football, the ELF, all these different spring leagues that are from D2, D3 NAIA schools, and that are able to, make noise and actually go and compete. So I would just say, like, just don't take no for an answer, and bet on yourself.
Love that. Hey, Dana, I really appreciate you taking the time to answer a few questions. I really appreciate you being the first guest on my new podcast adventure here. And hopefully we get you back on the show later in the season after you annihilated a team.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. It's been an honor to be on here, and I look forward to getting to meet more of you guys and potentially being on the show again, man. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Have a great night.
Hey, you too, man.